Robert Henry Pierce, nicknamed as Bobby. Bob is today well known as Bob Sherpa and Palagaga, a grandfather living within the hearts of our Sherpa community. Bob was born in November 24, 1924 at San Diego, California. He was the only son of Hayward and Eleanor Pierce and the only brother of Mary Pierce. His childhood period was the roaring 20s age. He grew up enjoying many interests with overall talents. Bob and Mary Pierce attended the Cambridge School in Massachusetts. The talented young man excelled at Cambridge both academically and as a student leader. He starred in football, edited the student newspaper, became a senior class president, and was voted most radical by his classmates. That brought him down to Portland, Oregon. But while he was at Reed, there was a war to be fought, and he was soon called for a duty. Bob served with General Patton's army in Europe, most famous for his participation in the liberation of Burgundy, Bordeaux, Chablis, New Jersey. Shortly after the war, Bob entered the Harvard University and earned his master's degree in Latin studies. He was always on a river, somewhere, or up in the hills. Bob's most renowned exploits, however, were in the mountains. Bob joined the Mazama Climbing Club in 1956 and recorded numerous first ascents. Bob used to run a lot of commercial river trips. He had his own boats and he'd run these row-your-own trips down to the Deschutes, or he'd go over to Idaho. He'd find these incredible places. Bob helped Lute Churchard set up his whitewater business, and Lute wanted to start operating in Nepal. One of Lute's buddy was a guy named Stan Armington, who was just getting started doing adventure travel in Kathmandu. Stan came over to the States. He said to Bob, "One of these days I'm going to send you a ticket and you get your trekking." Bob kind of shrugged and said, "Oh, I don't know. I'm really pretty busy." Bob thought about it some more and decided maybe he could squeeze it in. Today, it turned out to be a big turning point in his life. Overall, news from Nepal. Monthly, or perhaps bi-monthly, or maybe it's quarterly, but publishes news from Nepal.
This started a number of years back. You know, basically we don't get news from Nepal here in our newspapers unless the whole royal family gets shot. And because I'd been there and I was interested, I started subscribing to English language newspapers from Nepal. And various people said, when you're through with that, give it to me. And there were so many of them that I thought, instead of doing this, I'll just put out a little informal newsletter. So I've been doing this for quite a while, and if you're lucky, you get it. It's $20 for 6 issues or possibly more, but I don't say when they're coming out.
Well, how can people contact you?
Well, all I can say, give my address is about the only thing. And it's 4621 Southwest Kelly, and that's Portland 97201. News from Nepal.
News from Nepal. Okay, that's the name of the newsletter.